What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and today we have our spicy Q&A where I asked you guys to leave me some questions, kind of like an end of the year Q&A. Get to know me a little bit better, maybe answer some questions that you had about the channel going forward. That seemed to be like a big theme for these questions. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna answer 20 questions. I handpicked them. I tried to pick like different questions, kind of like answering a broad spectrum. I don't know what I was trying to do. I have 20 questions here. I'm gonna read them. We're also going to be announcing 5 giveaway winners from the last video. So thank you everyone that participated, created things, did my mini game. It was really fun. And if you haven't found the shovel yet, it was on the railroad tracks. So why didn't you look there? Okay, starting off with the first question. Let's just get right to it. And wait a second. Nicole.
What?
Pick a number 1 through 20. 10? Okay, so question number 10, you are the giveaway winner. So we'll get to that. Okay, first question is by Teched Balloon. They say, hey Pat, what made you start YouTubing? How did you feel when you were on trending for the first time and gained subscribers? So it's really funny that you asked that, because the thing that made me start YouTubing was I was watching this YouTuber at the time. Well, I still watch him. So Rob of Rule to Review. Everyone go over there, subscribe, say, hey, thank you for creating Pat. So he used to do, well, he still does these. He does like Q&As, and like I just did with the question, I put it on the screen and I asked him a question and my name came up on the screen. He like read my name and I was like, this is pretty cool. I want more of this on-screen time. So that's really what started the whole YouTube thing, was Q&As. So oddly enough, we're doing right now. The second thing about this question, what'd you say? How'd you feel when you were on trending for the first time? It was pretty crazy. It was honestly pretty crazy. I actually got an email from YouTube and it said, congratulations, you are on the trending page. And I went over there and it was like gaming creator on the rise. And that was like at the peak of the Animal Crossing. Like I would put out a video and it would get like 500,000 in a week. So it was super cool. And the other cool thing about that is like, that's when my dad found out I did YouTube. I actually called him up and I said, hey dad, look at the trending page. And it was just a really cool way to like reveal it to him. So that was like an out of body experience. And I thought it was just for that day. It was trending for the whole week. So that was great exposure for the channel, but I don't know, something that may never happen again. So that was kind of cool. But Nikki says, my question, what will be the next merch and will it have Eric on it? So you guys have been really enjoying the merch, sending me lots of pictures on Instagram and things like that. And I love putting out merch. So the next merch drop is already planned. I haven't commissioned anything yet, but I know exactly what I want. I don't want to give it away, but it's not gonna have Eric on it, but it's gonna be something that is it's gonna do well. And I want it. It's really cool too. There's like a tie-in with something else. It's not gonna have Eric on it, but thank you for asking. Okay, next question, number 3 is from Sarah Wood. And they say, Pat, are you planning on having a different form of Nook Talk in the new year? So of course, Nook Talk is my weekly Animal Crossing podcast with my good friend Zach from Switchforce. Are you planning on having a different form of Nook Talk? I think Nook Talk is constantly evolving. Like sometimes we have guests, sometimes we have poll questions, we have like different segments. I would like it to evolve though, because I feel like Animal Crossing news and just Animal Crossing in general is going to slow down in year 2. So, you know, Zach has been covering Nintendo like me for years. So maybe it kind of forms into like a Nintendo Animal Crossing hybrid, or I don't know. But I would like to change it up. I think it's like a great show. I think it's one of the best things I've done. Moose is going nuts. But yeah, it'll constantly evolve. Nothing too crazy. Like we won't start covering, you know, PlayStation or anything like that, but it'll be fun. So thank you, Sarah. All right, question number 4 is from Ali Ray. Hello, hello. What has been your favorite addition to Animal Crossing this year, and what do you most look forward to next year for the game? So thank you, Ali Ray. My favorite addition, I'm sorry, my phone doesn't have a case on it. Okay. What has been your favorite addition to Animal Crossing? Honestly, I think the Dream Suites, I think that really changed the game up, because, you know, you could watch someone like me making designs, or, you know, you could, you know, watch anyone else making designs or do tours and things like that. But actually going to the island is, I think, the best way to get inspiration, to see how they, you know, terraform and things like that. Because if you're going over to your friend's island, you can't be too weird, right? You can't like, you know, zoom in on waterscaping and things like that. But in a dream, you can do anything. I also like how they have the patterns on display if they made them. I would like them to update it so any pattern you see, you can download. I think that'd be a really cool addition. And what do you most look forward to next year for the game? I'm just interested how big they're gonna go with updates. I would really like a happy home update. I think, you know, making over our villagers' houses or maybe some other villagers would be just a really cool addition. And I'm also interested to see if they do multiplayer and if they do a paid DLC, because those two I think would be giant for the game. So that's gonna be really interesting. So thank you for that. Question number 5 is from Julia Kaufman. Hey Pat, do you think you will ever make any kind of vlog videos / day in the life videos? Or what do you think will be this channel's main thing after Animal Crossing stops receiving updates? Julia, thank you. There was a bunch of questions like this, by the way, like what's next for the channel? Would you ever do vlogs? Things like that. So Animal Crossing is already dying a little bit in terms of interest. I feel like we recently got a bunch of new players from Christmas, people, you know, getting Animal Crossing for Christmas and things like that. But yeah, this channel is going to have to evolve. I wouldn't mind doing vlogs. Actually, I have a question for you guys, okay? My only thing that I want you to put in the comments. What would you like from this channel moving forward? Put it in the comments. If you want to see vlogs, if you want to see some other things, I would really appreciate that, because it would give me a good idea of like where I should be pivoting towards, because I think every single person that mainly, you know, creates Animal Crossing content is going to need to pivot at some point and do something else. But then again, I think 100% of my audience likes Animal Crossing, so I'm still gonna be covering Animal Crossing and things like that. I don't even know what the question was. Oh, yeah, I would make vlogs. I think I would love to do like thrifting vlogs, day in the life in real life. That's a genius idea, so I would love to do that. But the main thing is primarily going to be Animal Crossing, but I'm gonna start experimenting more, kind of like throwing things at the wall and see like what sticks, kind of thing. So, but let me know in the comments what you want to see, because I know what to do, but I would like some help as well. All right, question number 6 is from I'm a Wizard. All right. What was your channel like before Animal Crossing? Like, what did you upload back then? That's a good question. So before the Animal Crossing boom, I guess you would say, I did a lot of game reviews. So a lot of like smaller indie titles I would review, and sometimes I was even featured on like websites and, you know, doing things like that. I would do some streams. I never had the equipment to do the streams that I do now, but I would play Splatoon, like Fortnite, anything that was like big in Nintendo community I would talk about. I did a lot of unboxings back then, but I feel like I was making content that so many other people were making. So I can never really break through. You know, I never really like got a giant viewership, because I feel like I was echoing a lot of the people that I looked up to, and I was just not putting enough personality into like what I was doing. So I think that's why I wasn't growing. But I'm proud of the videos that I've done. Like even the really old ones, I feel like I put a lot of effort into. So it's nice that it finally just like caught on with people. So that's kind of what I did. All right, next question is from Kitty Marcadonis. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know, maybe that's right. Do you deal with negativity or trolls in your community? Maybe how do you deal with negativity or trolls in the community? How do you handle that mentally? Sips tea. Okay, here we go. Negativity, I feel like as a whole, the Animal Crossing community is pretty positive. There's a lot of great people that are in the community. I have dealt with trolls. I have dealt with like, I don't even know examples, but like just people trying to like bring other people down or saying inappropriate things. And like, I've kind of got a reputation for like deleting a lot of comments and blocking a lot of people. And like, this is my channel, right? Like I want to keep negativity out of the comments, and you know, I don't know. I keep critical comments in, don't get me wrong, like if you put in the comments, hey Pat, your lighting is terrible, your camera is awful, I would keep that in because that's like constructive. But like crazy things like name calling and things like that, I always delete. And I don't really feel bad for doing that because there's a time and a place, and it ain't on these videos. So that's how we do it. And does it, wait, how do I deal with it mentally, or does it affect me mentally? I feel like I am in the minority that like hearts a lot of comments, reads like all my comments. There's a lot of YouTubers that like will upload a video and not really pay attention. Like they'll upload it and go to the next video. I do spend some time and answer questions and, you know, heart a lot of questions to acknowledge them. So, I mean, if I do see something mean, it does affect me a little bit, but like overall, like I said, like a lot of the comments that I do take negatively or that affect me are just like crazy, you know, they don't really mean much. So I've kind of learned to brush it off a bit, but it still does bother me, right? Like I'm trying to do something cool here. Okay, but thank you for that. Okay, so question number 8 is from Debbie Sanchez, and they say, do you and Zach plan on meeting in real life after the pandemic, and will you guys film it as an episode of Nook Talk? So of course, Zach and I do Nook Talk. Wait, what was it? I'm so bad at this. Do you and Zach plan on meeting in real life? I would love to meet Zach in real life. First of all, he's a dreamboat. He seems like a great guy. You know, us doing Nook Talk isn't the end of our like weekly chat. Like, you know, I talked to Zach the other day for like 2 hours, you know, on a video call. So he's a super nice guy. I would love to meet him. I used to go to a lot of gaming conventions like PAX East and some of the local Comic-Cons. So I would love to meet him. Let's meet Zach. Yes, the answer is yes. I would love to do that. I want to meet people in the industry because I always felt like I was on the outside of the industry looking in. But now, like, you know, I got some subscribers and videos and like reputations and stuff. So I think the next gaming convention I go to, I'll definitely see some familiar faces. But yeah, I would love to meet Zach. It'd be awesome. Question number 9, which next question will be the winner. So blame Nicole if you didn't win. Okay, Dry Ice asks, thanks Pat. If you could define success for your channel, what would success look like for the NintenTalk brand? That's a really good question. So I love branding. I love, you know, thinking of this channel as like something bigger than it actually is. Define success for your channel. What would success look like? I feel like just constant growth. You know, I don't want to be someone who like just cares about the numbers, but subscriber numbers, likes, views, they all are very telling of if you're doing a good job or if you are, you know, trending in a positive direction. So I feel like just constant growth. Like this year we gained almost 100,000 subscribers, which is nuts. Like that is nuts. So I think just growth and just like whenever I do live streams, I always look at, you know, who's there, familiar faces and things like that. But overall, what would success look like? I just think, you know, I feel like my brand right now is like positivity and just creativity. And I just want to keep growing on that and have other people recognize that as well. But that's a bad answer. Number growth? I don't know. I would just like to see my channel evolve like before my eyes. You know, if I'm watching some of my older videos, watching my newer videos, seeing like the quality go up, you know, the sound get better, the lighting get better, and that's just the true tell of like someone who puts back into their channel and just, you know, it looks a lot better. By the way, I'm using my new camera that I recently bought for myself. So like, let me know how this looks, how this sounds, things like that. I know I look super white on the camera. Okay, anyway. Question number 10, and the winner of the first $20 eShop card giveaway. So DM me and I'll get it to you, okay? And this is Ray Crossing, so congratulations with that. Oh, this is a good one. So there's the two-parter. Pat, what was your inspiration for your channel name? Also, what was your first date with Nicole? Okay, so the first part is really boring. I talk about Nintendo. No, I don't know. My name before was like my username on YouTube, so it was R-Wing Attack. Okay, that was my first YouTube name. So I quickly changed it. I wanted Nintendo in the name, but like not Nintendo Talk. I just wanted, you know, I talk about Nintendo. That's a really boring thing, but the second part's kind of funny. what was your first date with Nicole? So, okay. Nicole and I, our first like official date was at a place in Providence called Harry's Burger Bar. It's still there, by the way. And they specialize in like little sliders. So like you go there, they're like, it's really good too. It's not just like a crappy burger place. But yeah, it was really good. I remember I got these 2 burgers. I think they were called the Crunch Burgers. So like, don't do this, by the way, on a first date. It was like these little sliders. They were full of like those crispy onions, crispy onion rings. And if you ever meet me in real life, I'm like a super slow eater. So I think I ate like one of the sliders, and then she was like close to being done. So I was like, well, I can't keep eating. What am I gonna do? So I didn't eat the rest of it. I didn't take it home. So after we had our first date, I actually went back to my house and ordered Chinese food because I just didn't eat enough. But yeah, that place was good. We've gone back since. So don't order onion burgers, guys. What was I doing? All right, and before we get to the next question, the Twitter giveaway has just been posted. So go over to Twitter. If you retweeted that other giveaway, that'll be the second one. So congrats, whoever that was. You'll go to Twitter, you'll see it, okay? All right, next question is from Crisscross. They say, also curious, if you had to rename your channel, what would it be? Probably NintenDaddy. I'm kidding, no, stop, no, stop. It would, so I actually was going to rebrand before the whole before the whole Animal Crossing thing happened. So I was going to rebrand to just NTalk. So like get rid of the in10. And that's because I wanted to do kind of some other things, like in the N could stand for like a bunch of things like nostalgia talk, nerdy talk, where I could still do like gaming stuff. So it was just going to be NTalk, and I actually was going to do that and still might. I don't know, but that was going to be my other name. But nothing too crazy. Like I would never, you know, do like Patrick McNamara as like a channel. Like it just, I'm not one of those people. Okay. Next up is Calypso at Le Luna. Wow. Can you tell us a little bit about your background as a pastry chef? That's a good one. So if you didn't know, I used to be a pastry chef. I went to school at Johnson & Wales in Providence, Rhode Island. And yeah, I got 2 degrees, food service management and baking and pastry arts. I was a pastry chef for, geez, like 7 years, I think. So I worked in a bunch of different kitchens. I was like a baking and pastry manager at like Whole Foods and things like that. So, I mean, the reason why I just stopped doing it is because honestly, like the money wasn't there. And like to really make money, I think in the food service industry, you have to work at like some crazy, like a cruise ship or, you know, a upscale hotel or restaurant. So I just feel like the work that I was putting in, you know, didn't amount to like what I was making. So it came down to money, and that's a very adult, like lame answer. But I still bake in my free time. Like that's not the end of it, but biggest factor was money, unfortunately, and the hours were crazy. Like I'd be going in at like 3 a.m., getting out at like noon. So yeah, definitely took a toll. Okay, next question is from Sonia Verney. So they say, did you set a goal for yourself this year in regards to growing your channel? And if so, did you reach it? Been following you since March and can't wait to see what you do in 2021. Thank you so much, Sonia. So my original goal this year, I think I started this year at like 3,000 subscribers. I'm not too sure. My goal was 5,000 subscribers, which at the time was a big jump. Like this is my 4th year, 2017, 2018, 19, 20, technically my 4th year. So I always wanted like 1,000 subscribers each year. So my original goal for this year was doubling that to 5,000. We crushed that. We did. Oh, and if so, how did you reach it? Animal Crossing. My goal for next year, not that you asked, but my goal for next year, probably be like, I would say 200,000. I think 200,000. I mean, in reality, it's probably higher than that, but I want to set it at something I could probably achieve. I don't know. Lightning's gonna have to strike twice, but I think we can do it. 200,000, there we go. Okay, next question is from Alicia Bassi. What other type of Animal Crossing, or what other type of animal villager would you put in the game? For me, it would be a red panda. All right, that's an amazing answer. Another type of animal. I feel like I want more like sea creatures. So I would love like a shark, like a whale, a dolphin, something like that. But I would also, my real answer is I would like some nocturnal animals, like a possum or something, but like they would only come out at night. So if you had one of those in your, you know, in your town, you would only see them at night, and you like, I don't know, it's a different kind of, like some people play at night. So I think like different acting villagers would be cool. So I don't know, between sea creatures and dirty possums and stuff. I think that's the one. Next question is from Trinzy. Would you ever try doing a different island theme for a challenge, maybe city themed? So the new year, well, like beginning of spring, a little bit before spring, I'm going to tear down my entire island, and I'm actually going to be doing a themed island for the first time. I think choosing a theme is going to be A, challenging, and B, like if I have one theme, I don't have to keep changing my island throughout the seasons, because I feel like you get a glimpse, you know, like a 2-month glimpse at what I, you know, had envisioned, and then I have to change it again, and then I have to change it again. So I have a couple themes in mind. I'm not ready to reveal them yet, but I'll give you a hint. It involves a tree that I don't have on my island right now. I don't know. Is that a hint? Okay, next up is Hannah Campbell. Hello, Hannah. They ask, goals for 2021 professionally and personally. So professionally, I want to up my quality. Like this is, you know, the first video that I've done, like not in my room, not in front of a green screen or something like that. So that whole room, that's like my professional goal, is to, you know, make a set. I want to just have a functioning game room. Like it's a mess in there. Like what you see is just me and a green screen, but it's a mess in there. So I want to just make that a cool, you know, gaming room, maybe a set that I could do videos, and I would love to tour it. I would love to do a tour for that. Tour ain't coming anytime soon. Personally, I don't really know how this year is gonna play out. Like, just because it's 2021 doesn't necessarily mean like this whole pandemic is over and everyone can like go outside and dance around. But personally, I would like to probably like get a hold on my health. Not that I have bad health, but like I would like to, yeah, maybe work out more and maybe just have, I don't know, experiment with like, not dieting, but like taking care of myself a little bit better. So, I don't know. Would love to know your guys' goals as well, but thank you, Hannah. Next question. We have 4 left, guys, and then we're going to announce the 2 winners for the, or you know what? Let's just do the Discord winner now. The Discord winner, which the contest was to create a NintenTalk inspired sweater of some kind. Silent Day, you are the winner. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. Look at this puffy coat, guys, with the little NT. So Silent Day, I see you all the time, so I'll DM you the code, but thank you so much. There was like so many amazing entries. I saw like moose sweaters, you know, so just like really funky designs, but Silent Day, you killed it with the Puffy Pat official Nintendo. I'm gonna wear that in the next video, okay? And then we'll announce the 2 minigame winners at the end of this video. But Hannah Dorman asks, from a fellow YouTuber, oh, we got a YouTuber here. From a fellow YouTuber, what's your most and least favorite thing about having a channel? Okay, so my favorite thing about having a channel is obviously having a community that I can talk to, that I can play games with. I've always struggled with like multiplayer games because like I never would play with anyone. But a game like Among Us or something like that, or Fall Guys, or even Animal Crossing, I've been able to have a community to play games with, so that's been amazing. Yeah, and just like the overwhelmingly positive just pictures that I get of like kids watching the channel, and that's like my favorite part, the interaction with you guys. I think I want to do more of these Q&As because I just think that this is the most interactive type video we can do. Least favorite thing about having a channel. Least favorite thing, I feel like I put in a lot of work to this channel, and sometimes like I get my hopes up, like certain videos are gonna do better than others, and I put like a bunch of time into this video and it doesn't do as well as I thought. So I think kind of like setting myself up and like fixated sometimes on the numbers is probably my downfall, because I do stress out a lot about it. But you know, some other like petty drama and things like that, some things that like are out of my control but just linger in the background. But I've learned to kind of ignore it. So yeah, but I think the positive outweighs the negative in this part. So, and the fact that I can do this full time, which is fantastic. Which goes into I didn't plan this segue, by the way, I promise. Mister says, how do people react when you tell them that you work on YouTube? So if you didn't know, YouTube is now my full-time job, thanks to the pandemic. But even if I wanted a job in what I was doing, the food service industry or the travel lodging industry, those have kind of taken a hit. So I'm kind of forced to do YouTube full-time, but like I'm giving it a go. I want to just do it for like a year and see like what it does if I really just put everything into it. So how do people react when you tell them? Well, my family thinks it's cool. Like it's funny, like whenever I go to like family gatherings and stuff, they'll put my videos on, which is like equally flattering but equally cringy as well. Like I don't want to listen to myself. But the other thing is, I don't really think that YouTube as a job is 100% like respected, you know? Like, oh, you make videos all day and you have like all the time off in the world, but it like I treat it like a job. Like I look to do something every single day for the channel, whether it's like planning videos, looking up design patterns, even filming, and then I'll put it out the next day. So I feel like there is some negative, like, oh, you must be having a, you know, a good time, but it is a lot of work. This is like one of the toughest jobs I've had. And plus, like, it's kind of out of my control. I rely on people finding videos and watching them. So, it's pretty positive though. It's kind of cool. Like, I've had some friends from like high school and college reach out and, you know, just like say like how good of a, you know, how cool of a job I have and things like that. So things like that are very cool, but there is a negative sort of thing in there. All right, second to last question is from Maria Garcia. What music do you like to listen to when you're playing Animal Crossing? So I'm actually one of those, like, I hate purist, but like, I don't know, just someone who plays Animal Crossing without any type of music. I love hearing, you know, the hourly things, plus like the balloons, like we all want to hear those. But like when I'm editing and stuff, I'll listen to my own personal music. So like, I think I've told you, a lot of you, what I like. I like Blink, I like Angels and Airwaves, and then I like this weird like indie girly pop. Like I love Purity Ring, they're one of my favorite bands. Cannons, Churches, the list goes on and on. I'll try and put my Spotify playlist in the link or in the description if you guys want to check it out. It's very all over the place, but I think you'll dig it. But yeah, I don't listen to any music when I'm playing Animal Crossing. So, fun fact there. All right, last question is from Tatiana Gomez, and they say, did you start exploring your creativity with Animal Crossing and this channel, or have you always been a creative person? That's a great question. I've always been a creative person, and like I said before, like I used to be a pastry chef. I've done things, like I was in a band with my friends, you know, so musically I've done that. I recently bought this camera, which I think is 90% for this channel, but I would like to kind of explore some photography and things like that. So I feel like I always need some sort of creative outlet. I love music, like listening to music more so than playing it. But yeah, I've always been a creative person. This is like, I feel like my new NintenTalk content, mostly the Animal Crossing stuff, has really just opened my eyes to like what I can be doing on YouTube versus what I was doing before. I feel like I was just making videos to make videos, but now I'm like having a great time and yeah, really being creative, but I've always just needed that outlet, you know? All right, before we end the video, we of course have to do the Instagram giveaway. We had 2 winners in each $20 eShop giveaway cards. So I will be DMing you know, personally with the code, so you don't have to worry about anything. First winner is, and what I told you to do was you have to find 8 wrapping paper, wrap all the gifts, take a picture with all the wrapped gifts in front of you. You guys killed it, by the way. We had like over 100 entries, so amazing stuff. So the first winner is gonna be Kendra_KK. So thank you very much. I'll be DMing you with a code. And also MaddieFreak25. Amazing stuff, guys. Thank you so much for doing the minigame. Again, I'll give you a hint now. I've said this before, right? The shovel is near the railroad tracks. Get that. You also need a ladder. You also need a swimsuit, but I think it's pretty easy. But thank you guys so much for submitting these questions. I hope you had a good time watching this. But yes, let me know, guys, what content you want to see in 2021. I'm very excited for what we have in store. There's gonna be a few more videos to kind of close off the end of the year. And I'm just very excited to see where this is going. And thank you guys so much again. And I will see you in the next video or stream or both. I love you so much. Peace out.